All right, everyone, welcome to the new module, that is module 8, and the topic is software troubleshooting. First, we will understand about boot failure analysis and repair. So what is boot failure? When your computer won't start, don't panic. It's like a car that won't turn on, and we can often fix it step by step. First, check the basics. Is the power cable plugged in? For laptops, try a different charger or let it charge for a while. If the screen stays black, listen for beeps or look for flashing lights. These are like secret codes telling you what's wrong. Next, unplug all extra devices like USB pin drives, printers, as they can sometimes confuse the computer during startup. If you see an error like no boot device or a blue screen, write it down. You can search online for solution. To dig deeper, restart your computer and press a key like F2 or delete to enter the BIOS, a hidden menu where you can check if your hard drive is detected. If the drive is missing, it might be disconnected or broken. If your computer starts but freezes, try booting into safe mode, a simple version of Windows that ignores problematic softwares. From there, you can run tools like startup repair or use commands like chk, dsk to fix disk errors. If all else fail, you may need to reinstall your operating system, but always back up your files first if possible. Now, sometimes the problem is hardware related, like loose RAM sticks, or a failing hard drive, or even a dusty motherboard. Gently cleaning and resetting the components can even help. To avoid future issues, keep your system updated, use a surge protector, and regularly backup important files. If you are still stuck, a technician can check for deeper problems like a dead power supply or fried motherboard. Remember, most boot failures can fixed with patience and with the right tools. Now, we'll identify the problem. Sometimes the symptoms are the computer won't turn on or get stuck on a black-blue screen or shows like no boot device. For that, listen for beep lights as discussed. Hardware issues often trigger beep codes or flashing LED. Now, check for power supply. Ensure the power table is plugged in and the outlet works. For laptops, try charging for 30 plus minutes. If no lights, the battery adapter may be dead. Then disconnect the external devices, unplug the USB drive, printers, or external drive. They can confuse the boot process sometimes. Look for error messages like black screen with text. Note the phrases like disk not found or boot failure. Now, search for blue-black screen with codes. Now, sometimes there is an issue with BIOS or UEFI, so you restart and press F2, Del, or Escape key that varies PC by PC to enter the BIOS. Check if the hard drive is detected under the boot options. If missing, the drive may be dead or disconnected. Now, for that, you need to try for safe mode. For Windows, hold Shift plus Restart, then Troubleshoot, then Safe mode. If the safe mode works, a driver or software conflict is likely be resolved. Now, use boot repair tools like Windows, insert a USB installer, repair your computer, start up the repair. In Linux, use a live USB and run FSCK file system check. Then you can check for the corrupted files, open the command prompt from the repair tools and run chkdsk/f to fix the disk errors. Or else you can type in the command prompt sfc/scan now without any space. It will scan the system files. Then reinstall or reset the operating system. For that, you need to make a backup first if possible. Then use installation media to reinstall the operating system. Then you can even test the hardware like RAM, remove and reset memory stick. Hard drive, test with tools like Crystal Disk Info for health check. And for motherboard or GPU, look for burnt components or swollen capacitors. So the prevention tips are very simple. Keep backup and recovery tools ready. Number 2, update the drivers or operating system regularly. Number 3, avoid sudden power loss. For that, you can use a UPS. These are the command prompts on the screen you can run for the disk health checkup. As we have already discussed just now, we will learn about the blue screen errors. So, what is the blue screen errors? A blue screen error is a blue screen of death, that is BSOD, is like your computer's emergency brake. It crashes and shows a blue screen when something goes seriously wrong. Think of it as your PC's way of saying, I can't handle this, so I am shutting down to prevent the damage. These crashes usually happen due to the hardware problem, like failing motherboard or failing RAM or overheating. Second, driver issues like outdated or broken graphics or chipset drivers. Or number 3, by software conflicts like buggy updates or malware. The screen displays a stop code like critical process died that hints at the cause. Try to fix it by restarting your PC, updating the drivers and Windows, or checking for overheating or faulty hardware. Now, if the BSOD keeps happening, tools like WinDBG can analyze the crash logs. Most BSODs are fixable, but if ignored, they can lead to the data loss. So here are the troubleshooting that you can do to ensure the BSOD issues are resolved. Note the stop code. The stop code is like a message from your computer's brain. When the blue screen appears, write down all caps code like memory management or page fault in non-paged area. These codes tell you what part of system failed. For example, critical process died means an important system program has crashed. Second, update drivers. Drivers are likely the translators between your hardware and Windows. Updated or corrupt drivers often cause BSODs. Focus on updating graphics card like GPU and storage device first, as they commonly cause the crashes. Always download drivers directly from the manufacturer's website rather than using Windows Update. Number 3, you can run the memory diagnostics. This built-in tool checks if your RAM is failed. For that, type Windows Memory Diagnostics in the Start menu and run it. Your computer will restart and test the memory. If it finds error, you might need to replace your RAM states. Bad memory causes random crashes and corrupted files. Number 4, analyze dump files with WinDBG and blue screen view. As we have discussed earlier, Windows saves crash details in DUMB dump files like a black box recorder. Tools like WinDBG for techies or blue screen view for simpler people read these files to pinpoint the problem. They will show what driver or program likely caused the crash so you can fix or uninstall it. Now, number 5, roll back recent updates. This is very important. If the BSOD is started after a Windows update, which sometimes happen, the update might be culprit. So, go to the settings, update in security, view update history, then finally uninstall the updates. Remove recent updates one by one to see if it fixes the issue. Microsoft sometimes releases buggy updates that can cause system conflicts.